It can be quite emotionally challenging when the court says that you're not the parent who gets the custody of the child. Many parents, when they are getting divorced, think that the custody of the child is the price for winning that war of divorce. It makes them feel that, oh, I'm the better parent. That's why the court thinks that I should get custody of the child. Well, sometimes it doesn't go our way. It doesn't go the way that we want it to go. As in, we don't get the custody of the child because the court has a different opinion from us, from what we think that we should be the right thing to do. And so that is why sometimes it's better to actually consider mediation when you are in the process of divorce. Now, a court must make the order of divorce. That cannot be negotiated or mediated. But other issues surrounding the divorce, especially the custody of the children, can be subjected to mediation. And you can actually ask that the court allow you to mediate the issues of custody of your children. And maybe that is a place that should be considered quite seriously by parents when they are getting divorced from each other. The fact that you are no longer in love with each other doesn't mean that you're no longer in love with your child. And it doesn't change the fact that you are parents to the child. And for that reason, you continually have a relationship as mother and father to the child. But in this event, in this case, you probably have not considered mediation, which is a good thing to do. Consider mediation. Mediation, what mediation does for you is that it helps the two of you determine what is the best interest of the child vis-a-vis your own best interest as well. Of course, you probably both come to the mediation initially with the attitude that, well, I am the better parent. But then, in the course of discussion and professional guidance of a mediator, you will then understand and either yield custody or accept custody for the other parent. But whatever it is to do, you are the ones then who determine what is the best interest of the child, and not a judge who honestly will just think very coldly about it and only rely on facts that may not necessarily have gone through granular consideration. But then you have lost the custody of the child. That is really the purpose of this video. So, what do you do, and how do you maintain a relationship with your child? It's important that you build a rapport with the child, because as time goes on, you want to know that you are a part of that child's life, despite the fact that custody has not been granted to you. So, how do you develop a rapport? One, make sure you pay child support all the time. If the court has made an order that you should pay a child money towards the maintenance of the child, please ensure that you do that regularly. Usually, it is the man who's asked to pay maintenance towards maintenance or money towards the maintenance of a child. But sometimes the court may say that the mother should when the father gets the custody. Whatever it is, whichever place you are at, ensure that whatever court order is made concerning the child, that you keep to that order and that you do not disobey it, especially when it comes to maintenance, child maintenance. And then it's important that you attend the meetings that are important to the child. So, for instance, PTA meetings, or maybe when the child has a sports event and he says he wants you to be there, make sure that you attend those meetings. Be a part of the life of the child, regardless of the fact that you don't have the custody. Nothing say, unless of course there's a court order that says do not come near the child, in which case then you probably would need to have other considerations as to how to build a rapport with your child. Attend their meetings. Attend whatever meeting is important to the child. Attend whatever meeting is in whatever event is important to the child, and which either you know about or the child has asked you to attend or has invited you to. And then of course when the child visits, certainly make sure that the child feels that I am coming home. Because even though it is not their regular home, as in you only have access or maybe visitation rights, or maybe you're allowed to have the child for the weekend or half of the holidays, let the child know that I have a bedroom there, or I have my own space. This is my space. And indeed, when the child is also entitled to custody, to communication with the other parent when they are with you, whether you have custody or you do not have custody. Make sure that you never ever stop the child from having conversation or communication with the other parent. And then, of course, Respect their relationship with that other parent. Whether so, do not, for instance, say bad things about the other parent to the child, because children don't forget easily, especially when they're in a situation where that they'd rather not be, when it concerns their parents. Whatever it is, whether you are the custodial parent or not, the child loves the other parent. Whether so, the child loves both parents and would honestly rather have them together. So when you now badmouth the other parent, you're not actually impressing the child. So respect their relationship with their other parent. And of course, when the time comes and you need to remarry, consider the fact that these children would rather have their parents in the home with them rather than a step parent. But remember also that whatever other children you are having, they are part of that new family that you're building. And so it's important always to understand that the fact that you have been divorced from your spouse does not mean that you are divorced from your child. Does not mean also that that child is divorced from the other parent. So I hope that this helps. Um, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, be a good parent.